a framework that I teach for individuals to build mental flexibility. And I'd love to invite our listeners and viewers to do the exact same. It's called Switch, Shift, Shuffle. And all it is 3 different ways to organize your environment so that you are consistently being stimulated in a range of different ways to think differently, to perceive differently, but also to show up in a brand new way. So the very first one, switch. Switch is all about thinking about the things that you do almost without thinking about it. I like to think of it as switching the hand that you brush your teeth with, switching the hand you brush your hair with. So think about the things that almost happen without thinking, instinctively. As soon as you do any of those things, maybe for the rest of today, stop and ask yourself, what's another way to do what I'm about to do? No, to do now. So I was about to grab my water. I can ask myself, oh, I often grab it with this hand, or it's always sitting on the side of the desk. Something as tiny as that. So that's switch. And then shift is the next one. Shift is all about our environments. I'm a little bit ashamed to say this here, Anne, but I'm going to say this. For a very long time, I had my bedroom, my living room arranged in the exact same way for possibly more than 10 years. I tend to like my stability, but when I realized just how much I can leverage my environment for consistent stimulation, everything changed. So this is one I want people to take seriously.
Is this
So
why I like to change the curtains in my office every so often?
do you? You are amazing.
Like I
That's
do. I mean, I've had
awesome.
these curtains a little bit longer than I usually do, but
Uh-huh.
I do that. That's fascinating.
Yes. So that's shift. Shift is all about moving your environment around. I often advise people start with something like a pot plant. Just move that common pot plant that you have in that same corner all the time to a different corner. And then one thing, and then maybe every 2 months, just something small that allows you to consistently be refinding, almost reacclimatizing to your environment. Now, you don't want to do it to a level where you are getting confused every time you walk into your house, because the brain does need a sense of safety, a sense of familiarity. So that's the second one. And then the very last one, switch, shift, shuffle. Shuffle is all about your day to day routines. Often, when we look at our diaries, we'll find out we're eating the same thing for breakfast. We are starting at the gym at 8 o'clock every day. We are sleeping at the same time. That's good because your circadian rhythm is really important. But certain things are exactly the same all of the time. We see the same people. We go to the same coffee shop because we just love the way they do coffee and no one else does it like them.
But
But
this is
those are the
why I'm
kinds
a
of things.
fan of flexible work, right? Like, and why I always tell my team, I don't care when you work or what, you know, just as long as you get your job done and it's done correctly, do it when you feel like you're going to be most successful. The same place, like we were talking about, where, also when.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm in my office working at 8 o'clock at night because I'm feeling productive. Other times, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's the
Love it.
shuffle.
Yes, it is. One particular organization I worked with, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, does a tell me something new presentation. So every 2 weeks, they invite one person from the team to just speak about a topic that's completely unrelated. Now, they're not the only organization that does this, but I found out quite a few of them do. Speak about something that has nothing to do with the work that we do at the organization or the work we do in this team. Talk about plants, talk about woodwork, something completely different. Teach us something that you love, but you love outside of work. And let's see how that influences how we innovate and how we think creatively. Any thoughts on those 3 tips?
I love it. And see, so I will tell you this, when this episode airs, keep a close watch on the YouTube channel. So we do post this episode on YouTube. It's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on Google Podcasts. But for some reason, our YouTube subscribers are incredibly active in the comments. And so I'm going to ask you guys right now, comment with regard to our, okay, switch, shift, shuffle. And tell us how you do all 3 of those things in the comments. And I know I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm bet Zanele is going to be watching as well. And
Yeah.
you might get some responses from both of us on our YouTube channel when this episode airs. So keep a watch, Tell us how you switch, shift, and shuffle, and we will be responding back to you.